Hi everybody, welcome back to the Gallagher Shots YouTube and podcast channel, and welcome back to Canny Chatter, or welcome to Canny Chatter, because you might not have watched or listened or heard of us before. Boys, it's very nice to see us in person.
It is.
I know I saw you yesterday, but it's very nice to not see you through a little tiny screen on my computer.
It is,
I can touch you almost.
Almost.
Still social distancing. Yeah. But yeah, if you don't know what this is Canny Chatter. This is kind of like your alternative podcast, where we don't really go through things that are happening on the pitch. It's more related to Newcastle, and then we maybe go a little bit off topic as well.
A little bit.
Well, yeah, a lot. I'm Scott. I am your host for this, and unfortunately, Joe can't make it because he's travelling home. But I am joined by Iain and Harry, who are Canny Chatter regulars.
Regulars.
Boys, how are we?
Harry, how are you?
Me? It's just a match yesterday. Put a bit of a downer on it, but I mean, you just take it, don't you? And then you move. But I'm all right, really. Just knackered.
Yeah, same. We
They're just tired. I mean, could be awful. This. I mean, would debut on you.
See what
this
happens.
Could be the worst. It could be the only live one.
Probably just Chris watching. So Chris, I hope we're doing you proud.
We're in double figures now.
We're in double figures.
Double figures. There's 10 people watching.
Absolutely. And if there is any problems, please do just drop a message in. If you can't hear me, it's probably a good thing.
He said you have the wrong audio outlet.
Sorry. First time in the studio, everybody, so bear with us. But yes, this is Canny Chatter. Like I said before, this is your alternative podcast on the Gallagher Shots channel. Boys, we normally start with a little icebreaker of what we've been watching and all that sort of stuff. But I thought we'd change it up a bit this week. And I thought we'd do, and I know this gets done to death, but I quite like it. We'll do dad jokes. So we each tell a dad joke, and we each try not to laugh, because that's the whole point of a dad joke.
Or a pity laugh. It's usually a pity laugh, isn't it?
Yeah, or a pity laugh.
My general crack is like that, though.
My cheeks just cringe, to be honest. If I hear a dad joke, I just go, So
also, you know what it is? So you know how I get asked this question? I'm like, I haven't really done a lot. I've watched so much stuff, because I thought that's what was going to be asked. So I spent the last 2 weeks like really watching loads and loads of things. And
what, just for this? Just doing your research? Yeah. We haven't even done my research for dad jokes, so I literally do not have one.
Oh, okay. Well, Iain, do you want to start us off with yours?
Mine's we're not allowed to swear either, are we? Mine's
YouTube,
really terrible. So, did you know people in Dubai don't watch the Flintstones, but people in Abu Dhabi do?
Brilliant. You know what it is? Unfortunately, I've heard it, but I absolutely love that joke. That is one that I actually laughed at the first time I heard it. I did properly laugh. Yeah. But I'll just go, well done, Iain. Yeah.
It's good, wasn't it?
You get a golf applause for that.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Right. Well, I've got two, but I'm only going to tell one, and I might save one for another.
Or just take my space and just say it.
Well, okay then. My friend's dog died the other week. So I thought, do you know what? I'll be nice, and I'll get her another dog. An exact dog. But then I thought, what you going to do with two dead dogs?
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I suppose this might be a happy podcast, but that's starting it off nice and morbid, isn't it?
Mine wasn't an audible laugh, but it made us smile.
That's the most important. As long as you smile, Iain, that's the most important thing.
Which is a bit weird because it's about dead dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
don't usually smile about that.
I switched to the second one. Did you hear about the cross-eyed circumciser?
Oh, right. No.
Got the sack.
That's a really
that's
good.
I like it. Yeah, that actually gets a round of applause. That doesn't interfere with the mic.
Okay then. Well, we'll move on sharply before we get taken off air by Chris. Sorry, Chris. I think I've nicked his Mark versus Decker idea, but that might be a future Mark versus Decker.
That's a brilliant idea
to come.
It is. I don't know if I'd trust either. With that jokes,
it definitely wouldn't be alive, would it?
No, absolutely not. There'd be a lot of clipping and cutting out.
So, for those of you who haven't seen or listened, to Canny Chatter, because it is normally an audio only thing. We're doing this because I'm over and we've all got together for the match yesterday. We normally cover 3 topics, and there's always one of those topics is a food topic, or as we like to call it, Screnny Chatter. Thanks to Iain for that.
That's our dang.
And I must say, he has proven himself today. I came here starving, thinking I'll wait until I get home for some food. Iain rocks up with a bag of Mackies, and I'm thinking, oh, he's got a burger and some chips. Nope. Also has one of what's called like wrap of the day.
Yeah.
Because was it the wrap of the day?
It was, luckily, because I didn't have any money to get anything else
for your money.
Because I mean, we'll save it for Screnny Chatter.
That's fair enough.
but there was method behind me purchasing that, and I'm really fat. So
There you go.
Well, there you have it. Well, we'll move on to the first topic of this evening, and it is Newcastle related, and it is, what is your best or your favourite match that you've attended that's featured Newcastle? I was going to say at St James's Park, but it could have been an away game. So, yeah, Harry, mate, let's jump to you first.
I've got a few. I've got a bit of an odd one.
Yeah.
So I remember in the Championship, the 4-3 against Norwich. That was something special.
Yeah.
I'd have seen it at that point for maybe 5-6 years. Absolutely amazing. Like, and it meant something, because I was thinking about when we got relegated. 'Cause that was a special game to be at when we beat Spurs 5-1.
yeah, with 10 men.
Rolando Aarons, Mitrovic. Who got sent off?
Wijnaldum, Iain.
That's now one of them. But I was going to say that, but I
One of
thought
the 11.
it had a bit of a negative twist on it as well. It was special to be at, but definitely Norwich. That was a crazy one. I mean, that's my section is the Lasers, and the Lasers has a bit of a reputation, especially after last night, but we won't get into that. For being quite quiet.
Yeah.
I immediately shot out of my seat and ran down the what's it called? Alleyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stairs.
And loads of people there just hugging and on the floor and that, and it was brilliant, and it was absolutely amazing, and just another reason why I love Newcastle United.
Wasn't that when Mitrovic did the assassin's neck snap on Dwight Gale, or he rock bottomed him or something in the celebration?
Oh, I do not remember.
Was it not the one where he picked up Rafa?
No,
Was that when we got promoted, wasn't it?
the year before. That was relegation. No, we didn't get
No,
relegated.
no,
it
it
was
was in
in
the
the-
Championship, because it was when I had my season ticket.
It was
Oh, was
the
it?
one, the Wonga kit with the goal.
With the horrible V-neck.
Yeah.
I like them kits, me.
But yeah, that one. But then I'd probably, my favourite just for the occasion was my 18th birthday. I went to Spurs away, brand new stadium, in Joe Linton, 1-0, played in Bayatsu. But it was ridiculous. I mean, it was the worst bus journey I think I've ever been on. We went down, it was like, I couldn't even say how long it was, but I woke up on my birthday, went straight to Washington services 4 o'clock in the morning or something, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then headed down to London. Got off, it was 33 degrees. There was no aircon on the bus, so I had a canny. I mean, I was wearing denim shorts, so I had a canny bit of shave going on.
Denim shorts. I just need to know why you're wearing denim shorts.
Denim shorts.
Denim shorts,
Beautiful.
jean shorts.
I'm thinking Daisy Dukes or something.
That's what that's what image I
I
had
don't know
in
what
my
that
head.
is. Is that
Like,
is that?
The shorts.
Oh
the
no,
turtles on the bottom.
no. I mean, then again, I probably wouldn't put it past me, to be fair. But no, I wore denim shorts, and then I remember taking my shirt off on the way down. In the seat behind us was sandpaper, and it was the most horrific experience. But the match was unbelievable. Such an unbelievable stadium, but it's like a greenhouse because it's all glass.
Yeah.
And it just, I was sweltering when that goal went in. I mean, Joe Linton has proved himself now to be the best player that football has, or Eddie Howe has ever produced. Maybe not football, but at the time he was the best striker in the world. And it was just meant to be at 18th birthday with 2 of my best mates, and it was fantastic.
I wasn't there.
None of it was up.
I hadn't met you yet. That's what it was.
I'll let
There you
that
go.
fair, Dan Whitten's just commented in saying that was Mitrovic
Yeah.
who got sent off in the Spurs game.
Oh, well, there you go then.
There you go.
Shock, really.
know,
I mean,
I
if
mean,
I had
are
to
you really
guess, you probably
surprised?
would have said Mitrovic, to be
Yeah.
fair. I think it was, is that actually just came on? I read Dan, help us out. Did he just come on and then stamp on someone on the
No,
right-hand side?
You're
of
thinking of his first game
Against
that
Arsenal?
was Southampton at
Was it?
home, where he comes on and he absolutely snaps someone in 30 seconds.
And
I
then-
remember looking at me mate going, "Oh, hello."
I think it was on the way to
the
the
lively one here.
Yeah, it was on the way to the
There
Gallagher
was
one, yeah.
Arsenal.
Well, to
I'm
be
sure
fair-
we clotheslined someone off the ball or something.
Oh,
He
what hasn't he done?
rage,
What
to be
hasn't he done? But
honest.
then again, Mitrovic did turn up wearing, do you know, the old 2012 Rihanna t-shirts. Yeah, I remember he got into the Hilton. He was wearing just a naked woman on his t-shirt, and I was like, "Oh, here we go, get in."
That used to be Digi Monday special. That outfit with camel pants and Toms,
Camel.
not like
Camel.
not like camels, camel the color.
Khaki.
Camel with
Camel?
colour.
But no,
Khaki.
they were like chinos,
Oh right, yeah, chinos
like
were big
camel
then.
colored
Yeah, I
chinos.
get that.
But that's what they were
Camel
called,
colour.
camel.
I think you're talking out your back
Yeah,
end.
I
I'll
don't believe
Google
that
it
anymore.
anyway.
We'll come back on topic. So you have stole my favourite game, because it was the Norwich 4-3.
Oh really?
Yeah, because people were leaving early. I should surprise, but
Yeah.
people were leaving early, and then obviously I was in Lee's corner. That's where my season ticket was.
Mhm.
And obviously I think it was Gouffran got the equaliser. and like 90+5.
You hit
and
the ball
we
and
looked at
went,
each other and we was
yeah.
like, we can't win this. And then Dwight Gill just.
Well, it was Mitrovic headed down, wasn't it? And then
it
Dwight
was,
Gill just
yeah. And it was one of the only games that season where the second half wasn't firing towards the Gallagher. So it was all in front of that. That's probably why you liked it as well.
yeah,
And I
exactly.
remember there was 3 blokes sat next to it all season, and they never said a word to it apart from like, Harry,
Yeah,
you get in.
yeah.
He didn't pick us up, but he grabbed us and he just shook us, like hugging us, and it was the first time like he'd ever embraced.
It's one of the most. I absolutely agree with that. I think it's one of the most special things when you have a goal like that, where it doesn't matter who they are, and you grab them. Like there's 2 lads that sit behind me. Don't know if they watch this, but there's 2 lads that sit behind me who always talking during the game, and I'm always trying to hide me laugh at what they're talking about because they've got brilliant crack. But I think it might be in PSG, and it's happened a few times since because we've got a bit more comfortable with each other. But you just came right over the top of us and was like throttling us, and I was like, "This is what it's about. It's unbelievable, man. It's one of the most special things." That
is that like Daniel hugging that old woman at the PSG game. So is that what?
Yeah,
it's like? Do they take?
I remember him saying,
give me a
you
hug
know,
instead.
yeah.
Yeah.
So because you took mine, I'm going to say the last day of the championship season where we won promotion. Right. Okay. So in case you haven't realised, we don't actually
talk about these things.
There's not many good games before the takeover, is there?
But the reason for that is it was my last day living in the UK, and my last day as a season ticket holder. So I was supposed to just go to the game and then come home and pack my entire life up because I was leaving Monday morning.
Sounds very sad.
Quite an emotional day, was it?
Well, I didn't get in until 2 a.m. So yeah,
emotional 2 days.
I kind of had to. I remember getting into Amsterdam and opening my suitcase. It's like, what have I done? just scooped everything. And
was there a
packed it
plant
in
in there as well?
There was all sorts. And luckily, my partner was staying in the UK for a bit, so it wasn't everything, but it was like all my clothes and that. But it was just a mess. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't get stopped at like security
get
to go from
everything
your
out.
bag or anything because they'll just make. Have you packed this yourself? It's like I have.
I can't remember doing it.
Someone else
might
may
be
as well have
a
done it for
pint
us.
glass in there somewhere.
But yeah, I mean, obviously the game itself is just thinking that we've only gotten promoted.
Who was it again?
Barnsley.
It was
Barnsley.
yeah.
I was between
then
Bristol
it was,
and Barnsley.
Villa, wasn't it? Who they
It was
equalised?
Jack Grealish.
Jack Grealish, yeah.
Yeah.
They equalised against.
I remember them all
against
being on the
Brighton.
phone and that, and it was a special occasion. That like was
Yeah, because
special.
you were waiting around for the lap of honour anyway, and then the news came through that would actually won it, and then they just happened to have all the stuff at the back with the cup, and it's like, hang on a minute,
Yeah,
where have you pulled this from? But obviously,
it's all football scripted though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's a big script that people follow.
Maybe. Incidentally, that Norwich game. Do you know who scored for Norwich?
Or say
Just one of them. Just this one who
wasn't Murphy, was it?
It was
No
Jacob
way.
Murphy, yeah.
Was it?
Very young Jacob Murphy scored for Norwich. I think he scored the second or third goal.
Look at him now,
And look at him now.
best right winger in the league with a dislocated shoulder.
On a Champions League Thursdays.
He was in pain, like
yeah,
he's kicking his legs and that.
Yes.
Hope he's Harry. Get well soon, Jacob.
Yes,
because you're obviously
shoulder.
watching.
I mean, it's the best way to nurse a broken shoulder or whatever. You've got
Kick your
dislocated
legs.
shoulder is watch Canny Chatter.
Exactly.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Ian,
Yes.
what is your favourite game?
Well,
I think I've just stole it from your reaction when I said it.
I had about 3 or 4 in mind. The Norwich one didn't come to mind, but that's because I wasn't there. But I remember exactly what I did. So I was watching like Sky Sports News or whatever downstairs, and it was 3-2 at the time. I thought it was like the 90-something minute. I was like, I'm going to bed. So turned the telly off, made a drink, went for a wee, and then got into bed, checked my phone, we had one. I was like, how long was that pissing for? But then, yeah, really like the Barnsley one. For me, the Barnsley one, it was such a surreal atmosphere because like usually on like the last day of the season, I always just watch it on like Sky Sports because I like coverage of like everything that's happening.
Yeah.
So to be in the ground and then not knowing what was happening, because then you'd get like murmurs from a crowd, and then you are like, but you don't get any signal in the ground, so you
There's
can't.
only a guy with the radio.
Yeah,
Over show him on telly.
like all transit. Yeah.
Hold up his ear.
But then if I remember rightly, I think it was after full time because I think Dwight Gill had scored, and then I think not long after that, Villa had scored their equaliser, and then it was full time. But then I remember the Barnsley fans cheering because I was like in the right next to the emergency tunnel, and I seen all them jumping up and down. I was like, "Oh, Brighton must have scored," but they were just being shithouses.
Oh yes,
Yes, I
You
remember
did,
that.
yeah.
Now
Yeah,
you've said it
I remember
because
them doing
there was everyone going like, "Wah!" And then
Yeah.
like we started celebrating because I was obviously Leeds is so just below them, so I do remember that. That's
Yeah.
happened a few times at Newcastle, actually, where there's been celebrations like that. I think it happened in the Premier League as well, and then just there was nothing of it. It's quite a sad feeling when you're so up here and then you realise you've just been done by whoever the away fans were.
Yeah.
Like.
A bit of tomfoolery from them.
Tomfoolery. What a
Tomfoolery.
polite way of putting it.
It was, yeah. It's better than swearing.
It's true. I mean, you
it
literally just did, to be fair and fairness.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah, and I haven't got the bleep.
Oh,
button.
yeah.
I got the videos. So
And also, we can't edit this because it's live, so I really need to think about what I'm
We need
saying.
to get a Men in Black pen.
wow. Okay, go on then.
My favorite game. So I've got a couple. So that was one of them.
Yep.
The other one was the only away game that I've been to that were won. So I think I've been maybe 5 or 6 away games. I haven't got any away points because it was such a long time ago before anyone gets on the high horse about that. It was Hull when we won 4-1. I went down with my brother and a couple of his workmates. And I remember sitting and we're like, the bus down, like they dropped off. If anyone's from Hull, I'm sorry, but it's not a great place. It's like the land time forgot. Dropped off in some like bar, but it was like a snooker hall, and it was like £2.16 for a double vodka, which I was like, great. Then we were talking. I thought, at the time, I was like, we don't really do well here, so I was like 2-2, I'll be happy with, and then 4-1. That was the game that Pardew got sent off for headbutting. Was it David Myler?
Yes, it was
Yes, it
David
was.
Myler. Yeah, I realised I didn't even mention PSG.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how could you? How you went?
I mean,
You
yeah.
When you went, how could that not be?
It
your
was
favourite
literally
game
just
ever?
like 2-3 weeks ago.
To be fair, it probably hasn't fully sank in yet. To be fair, it was a bit of one of those like out of body experiences. But yeah, I just thought it came across my head there.
Wish last
Rugby.
night was because I was very much in my body and very much
Yeah,
disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we're going a bit, but it was completely off what it was on PSG.
Yeah, it was polar opposite.
Like insane. I mean, the display from all flags was good, but apart from that, the atmosphere was dross. And there's I've got this bloke next to us who likes to get up with us. It's just me beeping
gonna-
and dying. No, I'm not dying yet.
Right.
Don't worry. I've still got a
He's
few
going to
years left.
self-destruct
I know.
in half an hour.
We
get
don't
through
get this finished. But no, there's a bloke next to me who will stand up if I stand up. So we'll try and stand up and do something, but then you get nothing.
Nah.
Absolutely nothing. And there's some lads that sit like kind of down off the alleyway in front of us, but always stand. And they used to wind us up loads when I was younger because they'd spend half the game turning around at the away fans doing this or whatever you do with your hands. I've never done such a thing.
Sounds like me.
But they then join in, and I'm like, yeah, fair enough. Like something has to happen with atmosphere. I know this is completely not planned, but something has to happen with the atmosphere. I think definitely.
Yeah.
And I know the response from everyone is either ticketing, where the ticket's going, and also create something. I don't think if you Gallagher, yes, maybe because you got a lot of kind of people who are there to, especially the safe standing. If one person's going to start a chant, you hear a lot of it come from there. Level 7 in the leagues, just next to the fans. They're
A
good.
few times I've been, they've been fairly decent.
Yeah, they are good, and they kind of bounce off each other really, which causes a bit of a problem because we then chant and then they chant, and then just doesn't, you get lost where you are. But where I sit just below like the skyboxes when they do the games and stuff. If you try start something there, it's pretty flat, like it falls on its arse. No matter how loud or obnoxious I am. I mean, it might just become obnoxious to be fair, that people don't join in. But I just love it if that was to happen again, just where people can just get behind each other and do something. Because don't get us wrong, if you're going to pay your money, go watch the football how you want to watch football. I think if we're being neutral about it, and from any other football fan watching it, then fair enough. You've paid your money, watch it how you want to watch it. But there will be some people who won't chant because they're concerned about the bloke behind them or someone that might go like, no, I'm not joining in, embarrassed to be like rejected by everyone, not to do it. But I mean, that's a bit of a somber note, but I just think something that could definitely work. I mean, even War Flags put something out.
Yeah, they did.
Which surprised me, to be honest. It did surprise us. Like, we know it wasn't our best and we need to do something about it. And I completely agree. I think black seats with Adidas on would just do it right.
Yeah. With speakers in them.
I would speakers in them.
And then warmed handrails. That's best.
Mentioned it in the WhatsApp group, and I know a lot of people disagree. Drums are fabulous. I did not like the idea of drums because you should create your own atmosphere. When they had their drums going and they then stop.
Should I tell you why it is though? Because it's like they set the pace of the chant, and I always feel our fans literally race to finish
Yeah,
each other.
we've always been fast chanters. Like,
so like the whole impact of a chant.
but the
doesn't work.
drums, I mean, PSG, there was more Dortmund fans, and Dortmund were louder. PSG had drums as well, and they were aggressive, and it was unbelievable. Like, I entered the stadium maybe an hour before, drums were going, like everything was happening. I think drums aren't a bad idea, just to give them a test. Don't get your Leicester, Fulham, clippity clappers. Don't have go music. Don't do that. Just give drums a chance. I mean, there's a guy in level 7 with a megaphone.
Oh yeah.
And I know people have opinions on that as well. It also works to get a chant going, because then people will follow along.
Well, that's what they had last night as well. Had a bloke with a
Megaphone.
megaphone and a drum. No wonder they were good.
It works well.
But to turn it back on a good atmosphere for my favorite game.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It was
A
it
little
was a
bit
nice.
of that happens on Canny Chatter.
It
We'll go into
does, yeah.
tangents, whatever.
Nice segue. Sunderland 5-1 on Halloween. That was class. Like, I'm sure I had my season ticket then. And I was up in where, like, what the singing corner was.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure, if I remember rightly, it was with first season back from the championship the first time.
Might have been.
Fairly
Just
certain
to
it
be
was.
quite honest,
Didn't they go to the season before us, and we passed.
Yeah.
I think I was
It's
6 or
like-
something when.
Oh wow.
Or 7. What year was it?
2010, 2009.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would have
11
been.
possibly.
That was Kevin.
Every time, Harry, you just make me feel older.
I do
and older and
apologize. I
older.
do apologize, but yeah, I don't remember that game.
What year were you born?
2001.
Wow. Ugh. Yeah, Kevin Nolan hat trick. Shola Amiobi, and then Titus Bramwell getting sent off. I can't remember what goal it was, but I remember I had bought a nice new Barber jacket for the winter, and ended up like 5 rows from where I should have been, like sort of like almost in a kettle, and I had ripped all my Barber jacket.
You've got a habit of ripping new jackets, didn't you? Bring up with something on a previous Canny Chatter where you'd bought a coat.
Oh, you spilled something on a white.
On a white jacket.
On a white.
Oh yeah, that
expensive.
was yeah.
So maybe you just shouldn't buy coats.
Just go to charity shops.
Yeah, just get like
Or
second
just
hand
don't
ones.
wear new things to things that. I mean, eating prawns,
just be
because that's how
careful.
I wrecked me last jacket.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, but yeah, ended up like 5 rows down. Incidentally, took the coat back. I was like, oh, I ordered this and it came like this.
But yeah,
And then-
Absolutely a massive Karen move. That like.
Wait, mate, I just paid at that time. Like, I don't even think I had a job. I think I was just.
Desperation happens.
I think I was on EMA. That was like when you were in college. It was a bit like student loan, but you got like £30 a week. I'd
Oh,
saved
right,
that,
okay.
bought it, and then got a hold in. So I just took it back. I was like, oh, it's like this, and they were like, oh yeah, we'll just exchange it for you.
Did they?
Aye.
Yes, I appreciate it
I was
now.
like-
Up the
like,
mail,
and
Karens, eh?
Yeah.
you've now just admitted that to
Barber.
the people watching.
I mean,
Fraudulent, isn't
Yeah.
it?
that's.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Committed
don't.
barber fraud.
I
How do you
don't
feel?
think I feel absolutely fine about it.
You
Oh,
still
well
got
then.
it.
No, actually though, my dad has it. So like he's a little bit shorter than me. He wears it. I think possibly walk his dog.
Oh,
So Steve, if you're watching, you're probably not, but enjoy me barber jacket.
can I have a?
You didn't
Um,
have it on yesterday.
I didn't know. I had
Oh, he
me-
didn't.
Oh, he didn't. No, he
No.
didn't.
What
Because
did
he
have
wasn't
on
walking the
yesterday?
dog. Eh?
What did he have on yesterday?
Just a shirt.
You weren't.
You didn't have a jacket?
Me?
No.
Me
Your
dad.
dad.
Was your dad with you? Like, was he?
Not when you were there though.
Oh, okay. I
Um,
arrived late.
I got that earlier than Daryl
What, to the pub?
to the pub.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
If you said the ground, then I'd have severe concerns. But
We
you
walked
know,
up together
No,
No,
he
didn't.
didn't.
in the park. Oh no, you went with your
I,
sister.
I,
yeah.
I left early with my sister, yeah, and then I saw you after.
Yes.
But yeah, the Sunderland 5-1 is.
Sunderland 5-1.
And then-
Absolutely amazing how we've just happened to get on a dog walking from Sunderland 5-1.
No,
like,
mate. Honestly, my head is like a roller coaster with where the conversation could go.
Well, let's put a full stop on that. And
Right.
if you're watching and you've got your favorite game, let us know in the comments. But we'll move on to the food section next because I know this is Ian's favorite bit, even though he has just had a McDonald's before the show, much to Harry's disgust.
I'll give him me
not
chips.
to my disgust.
Oh, you
I appreciated it, but it did wind me up.
you
'cause I'm
didn't when you
starving.
seen him go out the car with a bag of Mackie D's.
Yeah, I
Somebody
might
said
have
at
said a
the
few
front door,
choice
yeah.
words.
But I did give you
Um,
my chips
Yeah, half your chips.
because they were.
But
not
it's
very
quite
nice.
fitting because this week's Screnny Chatter topic is on fast food. And it is, well, what is your favorite fast food? And also kind of what's your best meal from a fast food, I think is the more important thing. So Ian, as always, mate, you are
It's
the
my
Screnny Chatter
favourite thing.
specialist, so have at it.
So I've brought that. I've done my research on this one, and I've broke it down into categories. This is the most preparation I ever do for a podcast.
Wow.
It's
For life in general.
probably for life. Yeah,
GCSEs?
nah, I just winged that.
Do you
Winged
like
me.
wings?
I do actually.
Oh, wings.
Depends where from though. Some are a bit meh. Shark Club, theirs were really good, and they did. I think it was 20
They used to
pence
do-
a wing.
Yeah, their deals are pretty
20
good.
pence a wing on Wednesday. Now that's well into the pounds.
You've got to question the integrity of the chicken if it's charging 20
Ah,
pence for
the
one.
one-
No,
good,
no, Shark Club wings are pretty banging. Like,
Yeah, they're
and
really
they do
good.
like these cocktails as well. They're what they call Mexican bulldogs.
Oh, funny story
Yeah.
about one of them. On me, I think it was 19th birthday. It would have been 2012. Hold on.
Are you going
Me-
to explain what it is? 'Cause I don't think Scott knows what a Mexican bulldog is.
I'll get to it. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
My 20th birthday. I went to see Brazil at the stadium because they were playing in the Olympics.
Yep.
I had went out the night before, and one of my brother's mates got us a Mexican bulldog. Basically, it's a margarita cocktail.
In
with
like a
a-
gin glass.
Yeah, in a gin glass with
With the Corona in.
yeah,
Yeah.
like upside down. Ended up whiting in St James's.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, now you can talk about food.
Now I can talk. So yeah, great segue because me hangover food. So brought it down into categories. So my fast food, what I would class fast food restaurants: Burger King, KFC, McDonald's.
Yep.
So for Burger King, I don't think you can beat the double XL bacon cheeseburger.
I agree.
That's extraordinary. Although, go on.
Oh, go on. I was going to say what you have to do though is take the bottom off it
Uh-huh.
and get a sachet of ketchup. and put that
Yeah.
on the burger
If
and
you've
then
got to do something with your burger, it's not a good burger.
That's no, it is really
it
good though.
helps.
I've had it, but I'm saying if you feel like you have to do something with your burger, then
Like
Just
you
dip,
to
just
zhuzh it up.
Dip it in the ketchup.
I'll give you that. You can dip it. Just you don't have to. If you have to take apart your burger to do something to it, you're either extremely picky or the burger's not. Fit
Nah,
for you.
see, I disagree. I think if you dip a burger, you look a bit remedial. So I'd rather put the sachet of ketchup in the burger.
Fair enough.
But I
Obviously,
only
open the sachet first.
well, obviously, yeah. I only really ever eat Burger King when I'm going on holiday. Kind of like
Because it's in the airport.
yeah. It's like
20 quid for a Whopper.
Yeah.
Wow.
Burger Kings are pretty tacky though. I feel, especially in the UK.
Wait. Incidentally, coming back from Tenerife this year, I mean, it was all in Spanish, so I didn't really. I know there was an English menu, but I couldn't work it out.
It's usually a big English flag at the bottom of the screen.
No, there wasn't one. I'm not that silly. I know how to change languages, but the amount of stuff that like McDonald's and Burger King do in like Europe,
Yep.
particularly Spain, is unbelievable.
Mhm.
And also McDonald's do in Spain they do the toffee sundaes, but they got discontinued
Oh,
over
yeah.
here.
we used to do them, didn't we?
Would honestly Ronald
And
McDonald,
the bottom of them
Aye.
were like, ooh,
if you got someone that didn't really care about like McDonald's as a
Half a
company,
bottle,
yeah, just but I either do them over in Spain still, unbelievable. But I'll go back to me favorite food after this little rant about Ronald McDonald.
Ronald.
Yeah, he got rid of all the best products on the menu.
Don't think the clown is the person making the executive decisions at McDonald's. I'm not going
He's
to
the
lie.
boss.
to you.
It's someone's a
He got
clown
sacked.
making the executive decisions. They took away the first of all for mainly the breakfast. So breakfast wrap
Oh.
was absolutely elite.
The only
Yeah.
choice.
They took that away. So then the next thing down would be the bagel, like the sausage
Do you
and
know what
egg
pains? Sorry, do you know
bagel.
what pains me the most about the wrap? They
What?
still have every single ingredient
Component, yeah.
needed to get in that wrap.
All they've done, so they've switched the wrap to a bun, but it's not as
That's
good.
like the ultimate breakfast.
It's a breakfast McMuffin or something like that.
McMuffin, aye.
But yeah, then the next on the menu was the bagel.
Mhm.
They took that away, so now I'm just left with the double sausage and egg McMuffin.
It's not the worst
but
ending in the
the-
world.
At least you can get hash browns.
Oh yeah, you
'Cause
can't
I
over there.
can't.
No.
They don't do hash browns for breakfast in the Netherlands.
Do they
at
have
McDonald's.
alternative that's not similar? Just do
No.
they have an?
You don't get anything extra. So if you get the
Wow.
breakfast meal deal with the McMuffin,
There's not even a fruit bag
It's
side.
just-
get a drink.
You can't even get a fruit bag side.
I don't know because the first time I went and they didn't have hash browns, I was so disgusted.
You
I've
left.
Never, I've never been back.
Get in.
I've never been back.
I
to
like
McDonald's
that.
breakfast because
Stand
if
your
you
ground.
can't have a
man of
hash brown. What's the
principle.
point?
This
Because
is
I would
true.
only get two. Put one,
One
in,
in- yeah,
one
exactly.
in, one after.
So, but McMuffins are so small, even the double ones, like, I have to get two. But anyways, I digress. My favorite meals. KFC is next on the list. And I usually there's a couple of things I like. I like a boneless banquet because I don't mind wings, but I don't like eating the chicken off. Is it like a chicken thigh that they use?
Leg,
The leg, you get chicken legs.
Is it?
Breast, they do that.
No, like
You get that weird one where you're not quite sure what part it is. It
Yeah.
looks like it's a rib cage. So I think it's like
That's the
a bit
breast.
of breast. Yeah, but the one on the bone though.
Yeah, breast.
Is
I think
it?
it's breast with wing because sometimes it has a little.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I
side.
don't like that. So I get a boneless banquet, but I do like the Zinger Tower meal. But you add a hash brown and cheese onto that.
Is that not just a Big Daddy burger though?
I don't know.
'Cause that's what they've got, the Big Daddy burger, which is the spice. You can get the Zinger Big Towie one.
Where's that?
KFC.
KFC.
Is this-
So it's a chicken burger with cheese, and then there's a potato rosti, which is a hash brown on the
Ugh.
top.
Look at
And
you
Supercharger
potato
sauce.
rusty.
The supercharger sauce. That's good. From
It's just
KFC.
Zinger. I don't know what.
Yeah, it's basically that.
It's just like
Um,
They
sriracha
just give it a
mayo
new
in it.
name.
Really,
It's eyes. It is.
Okay.
it's pretty much
That
sriracha mayo.
is exactly what it is.
It's lovely though.
Um,
Sriracha mayo.
It's a little bit thicker than the one you get in that orange bottle.
Yeah, it is.
It's good
That
though.
is true.
Yeah, so I'm not like, I don't know the KFC and the Burger King menu off by heart, but McDonald's is where it's at. So usually what I'd get is 5 selects, and I usually get them with sweet chili and barbecue. I used to get the sour cream, but they've changed the recipe and it tastes proper like chemicals now, so it's not as nice. But the original sour cream with the selects
The
was
sour cream's still good, but I know what you mean about it tasting
It
chemical.
tastes- yeah.
I had it once after a night out, and I was like, "That's exactly what I want." And then as soon as it entered my mouth,
you
I
were like,
was,
"Ugh."
"Oh, I've
It
got to get a
tasted
bus
like
home now, and I'm
chemicals.
not gonna last. I got to find a bin somewhere."
So I'll get that as a meal. Then I'll
Yep.
get plain double cheeseburger because I'm fussy and I don't like pickles or onions. I like the taste it gives it. I just don't like the texture. I'm a texture phobe, as you know. So this is where the double quarter pounder with cheese comes in because the onions are bigger, so you can just pick them off, and the pickles, and you've still got the residue
the
that gives it the
burgers are
taste.
better.
Yeah, and the
So
burgers are
good.
better. And then I'll get a share box of whatever cheese like bite things they do. It's usually
Like
mozzarella
favourite
dippers.
ones, doesn't it?
Yeah. At the minute, it's the chili cheese bites, which are all right. They're not. I think they're probably rank about third. The best thing that they do is the cheese melt dippers at Christmas.
Oh, the camembert ones.
Yeah.
Nah. Your mozzarella dippers are top tier.
Depends if the hot.
Have to be
cold-
hot, yeah.
have to be hot.
That's the one thing about McDonald's. You cannot have
A cold-
McDonald's lukewarm or cold. It has to be boiling
Yeah.
hot. Like a cold quarter pounder just gives you indigestion, and you just want to fall asleep.
So
and
when
die.
I was at uni, you would get a McDonald's student card, and what you used to do is when you would buy an extra value meal, they would give you something off the select menu for free. So like your 99p cheeseburger, whatever. So you'd have your Big Mac, whatever it was, and then what we would do, we would get the double cheeseburger,
all right.
take it home, then not let. So obviously it goes cold. And
Yeah.
I can see you twitching all
Yeah.
But what we do is actually put it in the oven.
Right.
So take the top bun off and just put the burger and the bun separate in the oven, and it actually makes it taste pretty special.
No
It's pretty
way.
nice. I
Hey-
mean, it might have been the alcohol running through me veins at the same
Potentially.
time when we got in, but yeah, it's pretty decent.
Have you ever seen the guy that does like someone will take him like a Big Mac or something, and he changes it from that to like a gourmet meal?
Oh, I
Yeah.
have, yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with.
There's
I mean,
also that guy
It's try hard
on.
for me.
yeah,
that, like,
like,
I'm
just
not-
have the Big Mac.
I'm not a TikToker as such, but my mate will sometimes send me a few, and he sends us one quite a lot where he's called like the rap god. In sweet,
Does he just like full?
sweet
Pizzas
just
over
puts anything
Subways.
in it, so he put like a
just
leftover.
videos of Eminem. Sorry,
Disgraceful.
that joke's at the start.
Absolutely
I'm sorry.
disgraceful. But he literally put his leftover Chinese in this wrap, and then just wraps it up, and then he goes, "We'll put it in the German," and he puts it in like a George
I've seen
Foreman.
him in the like this big.
But then,
cuts it off.
he cuts it, and he's like that, holding like one side of it. It's
It's like the size of
sensational.
a swaddled newborn baby. They're
Mm.
huge.
They are huge.
Yeah.
Does
He's
it
worth
get
a watch. He'll absolutely tickle your pickle.
really?
Oh, absolutely.
He doesn't like pickles.
I don't know.
Doesn't like a
I
texture.
like the taste. But
You like the taste of your pickle?
I've never tried it. Sometimes I get a box of 20 nuggets to myself. Don't share them.
What sauce?
You know what it is? This is the most controversial thing I'll say. Sometimes I just have them dry.
What?
Yeah, you are asking for a liter of Gaviscon that next morning, like.
Yeah, I do.
All right, okay. But I suppose it's worth it though for you then.
Do you like the curry sauce?
Nah.
Yes.
See, I do as well.
Curry sauce is-
It's got a lot sweeter than it used to be, and it used to be called sweet curry sauce. Now it's just curry
Yeah,
sauce.
And then they- but then they have
ironically,
sweet
it's
and sour.
sweeter.
And
Yeah.
then they have sweet and sour as well. I mean, mate loves sweet and sour, and
Yeah.
I think that's a no-go. Curry. And the McDonald's barbecue sauce, even the one that isn't the special one, just from the pump, it's unbelievable. I mean, it must be stuffed full of MSG, like, but it is
I'll not be any more than allowed to use it.
beautiful. Oh,
It's a
mate,
shame.
this is true.
But
Early 90s,
usually
late 90s
just
was the
usually
best,
just
best
ketchup for me.
tasting food.
I'm a bit boring like that.
I'm not a massive ketchup fan. Like, it's
Fan,
my last sauce of choice.
Aye.
Probably close to mayonnaise. I like mayonnaise, but it freaks us out that it's just egg. It's just wet egg, and that freaks us out a little
There's
bit.
oil in it as well. A lot of oil.
Oh,
It's actually more oil than egg.
is it?
Yeah.
Typically, yeah.
But talking about sauces, when and I need someone's help. If anyone's been to France or anything, I went
France or anything.
to a McDonald's when I was at this airport.
In France.
Yeah, and I walked literally like 5 miles to get to this McDonald's because I had a 10-hour layover. And I went into this McDonald's
You
and
would've just made it back.
called like sauce pomme de frites, and it was so like this just means
Chip
fries,
sauce. Yeah.
just chip sauce, but it was like it had like herbs in it. It was like mayonnaise, but it actually was
Yeah.
like licking it off out of the sachet when I finished.
So
I was like,
when-
that is unbelievable.
Sometimes when we get a takeaway and I order ribs from the takeaway, it comes with a little tub of that.
Mm.
It's like not garlic sauce. It's not mayonnaise, but it's like it's in between
it's
and it's got
un-
herbs in it. Yeah.
Should I tell you what's
class of dipping your chips in.
unbelievable as a condiment? Ranch.
Oh yes,
Ranch.
whack it on me dry wings.
Take it or leave it.
Oh,
What,
ranch
what do you
sauce.
have? Right, okay, I'm gonna.
Always hot sauce.
That's
Oh,
fine.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
said blue cheese sauce.
Oh yeah.
I don't mind blue cheese. I don't mind it.
Oh,
Get in the
well,
bin.
On a wing or with your celery.
Canny
Don't
Chatter's
mind it.
gone well. 15 episodes, hasn't it? I think we're off.
But yeah, McDonald's is the best out of all of them. Especially when they play Monopoly.
Yes, we talked about this last
We
week.
did,
didn't we,
yeah.
with Harry's tons of tickets.
Yeah,
that he
no,
won.
what I've
tickets.
seen
Have you
actually.
won anything else?
No, I won like 30 quid off Skull Candy. Don't know if they're any good. And
What's
Uh,
Oh,
headphones.
sorry, I thought it was
headphones,
like a Candy Crush game.
And
I know
then,
what Skull
like,
Candy is, yeah. now you said it.
30% for foot asylum. And then a few photos and stuff that but then there's like free and then you pay for shipping.
Shipping, yeah.
But it was worth it.
Well, Harry, what's your favourite take-out and takeaway fast food establishment and meal?
So I'd usually between KFC and McDonald's quite basic and boring. But recently discovered Slim Chickens. And there's
I've
one
not
in
heard of that one.
there's one in the Metro Centre.
Aye, there is. Aye.
Oh, can I tell you something? Like for some reason I've developed an obsession with wings, but I don't like me wings sticky, like and wet. I want them with a dry rub on
Okay, I know what you mean.
because I can then choose my sauce and I can just dip it into my sauce.
Aye.
And it's like a salt and pepper dry rub. Unbelievable. I've been drinking that and I'm so close to belching on live. But what happened is I went to Slim Chickens. I was like, I don't know really what to get. So I ordered so much. I was like, yeah, I'll go large. I'll get some tenders. It was like a bucket that came out. There was like 3 tenders, 12 wings. But then they give you like Texas toast, which is just it's like fried bread with garlic on it, really. And herbs.
Texas toast.
Texas toast. I don't know if I've made,
Sounds good.
I don't know if I've made that up, but I'm pretty sure it's called Texas toast. And then you get like a spicy barbecue sauce, and I get a ranch. And I actually also tried it was like a mayo gravy. It was called. I was like, I might as well give it a go.
That
I'm
sounds wrong.
sure someone did that. I'm sure it was might have been KFC.
Yeah, KFC got rid of the gravy, and then I think they brought out like a mayo gravy or
was
something like that.
Awful.
Was it?
Aye.
And I tried. To be fair, when I had it there, it wasn't the most fantastic. I went back and got another ranch, but that's where they get you because they charge you like £1.50 or something for a sauce. And I'm like, no. But for ranch, that's another thing. I'm not a saucy person, depending if I'm in the bedroom or not. But with the ranch and that pomme de frite sauce francais thing, I literally could just drink it. Like sensational. Get yourself a Slim Chickens, Metro Centre, not an ad. But you can get yourself a loyalty card as well because it gets a bit expensive when you.
Daryl
Wings-
agrees. He says, yeah, Slim Chickens, you're right, and it is called Texas toast.
Oh yes, thank you very much.
Sounds similar to
Always,
we got
always
the
on my
pre-recorded.
side.
We don't get the confirmation.
No,
of
we don't.
pre-recorded
No.
because we have to wait.
we then have to Google it and then
Yeah.
just talk amongst
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
go to
Sounds like
WhatsApp.
Wingstop. You ever been
No,
there?
absolutely not. No,
You've
No,
not been, or you
I
just
have.
don't like it.
Wingstop is in Metro Centre as well, next
It
to
is,
ZZ,
aye.
between
Yeah,
Nando's and ZZ.
Yeah.
compared to Slim Chickens, gotten out. on
Really?
it.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I've never tried some chickens, but went to Metro a couple of weeks ago and got the chicken tenders from there.
They are good.
They were really nice.
So
I enjoyed them.
are these classed as fast food? Are these
Yeah.
portrayed
Yeah.
onto like
Wait,
a eating restaurant?
Well, where would you
style?
put Five Guys?
Five Guys
fast
is fast food?
Well, I'd probably put it in the same bracket as It's like
Can you be in and out in 20 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of like you've kind of got like McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, then you kind of got Five Guys, Slim Chickens. I'd say.
Yeah.
Because they're a little bit above, aren't they? Like, is Nando's fast food?
Nah.
Nah.
No.
It's
I
not.
agree.
Nando's
Yeah.
is awful anyway. but
If you
it's not
sit
fast
down
food.
and get sat at a table, it's not fast food.
Well, McDonald's do table service now.
No, but you don't get sat at the table though, do you?
Ah, true. Well, I don't know. I haven't been back since the hash
No,
browns.
He didn't even know I had plastic money. That's how
No, I knew.
far
I,
away he's
I
been.
knew we had plastic fivers.
But
Can we
not-
just set that record
but not
straight?
not
10s
the
and
20 and
20s.
the
But the 10s and 20s went out when I was living here, and then every time I come back,
How
I
long
don't use
ago
cash.
was that?
7 year.
Was the
Oh.
five? Whoa, I got a massive shiver. Was the fiver at that some ghost in here? Was that fiver when you were living here? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they brought
remember
the
them-
fiver out first.
I remember when I was on a school bus with a fiver, and they were saying like how it's much more durable and stuff and things like that.
You set on fire.
And there was three of us just trying to like
Rip it and
rip
stuff.
it apart, and we didn't. To be fair, 'cause obviously the material it is, and sweaty fingers,
Mm.
sweaty 14-year-old fingers, and that.
And also a brand new one as well would have probably been a lot. Like if you got that fiver back, like in
Well, everyone
circulation
was-
now,
Uh,
it probably would rip
Oh, because
because it's been
in the
through,
middle. It's
yeah,
yeah.
it's
Well, it's
degraded.
like
and
the
whatnot.
I remember when they first came out, people were looking for all the AAs on the
Yeah.
code.
Oh, yeah,
AAs,
that's
and there was
right.
one that was like an AK-47, and then people there was like I think I forgot what I mean, probably like Lad Bible, so it's probably full of absolute dross. But I'm sure they put up a thing saying like the AK-47 fiver sold for like a silly amount of money just because it's got a code on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grow
People,
up.
so when I was in America a couple of weeks ago, I got some change from something. I can't remember what it was, and I had a quarter from like 1935, and I was like,
Oh wow!
I remember reading somewhere that old quarters are made of silver, and this one is it's pure silver, or it's like 90% silver. So I've kept it. I'm not gonna do anything with it. It's in my bag. It's just a
little keepsake.
just a
Isn't
little
it?
keepsake. But yeah, 1935.
I do like
quarter.
coins, special coins. Like do you know like the Olympic
Like,
ones?
did you
The
get the
£5
Queen ones?
coin.
Like,
The-
you know, when you see in the back of the telly magazine when you send away like 10 quid.
Yeah,
they'll send you,
yeah.
like,
no,
a
because
coin.
that makes no sense because it's not legitimate currency.
Oh, right. So you have to be able to spend it at some
Yeah,
point. It's
oh,
one-
right,
okay.
Like the
Like-
ones that come through the till.
Beatrix Potter, they did like a
They
series
did like
like that.
Oh,
the
they did
Olympics.
Paddington Bear. They did the Olympics. There's like loads of like war ones on like £2, and then
Have you got the shield? You know how they have the shield?
yeah,
on the back?
everyone
Yeah,
has that
the
now. 'cause
pound
it's,
coin.
It's pretty much I think all of them that went out are now that.
Shall I tell you what? Someone, I think might be in Sophie, was at Tesco or something. Someone, you know how you put your pound in your trolley if you don't have a trolley token?
Yes.
Someone give her a round pound. Remember round pounds?
Oh, well, yeah, right.
Round
yeah.
pounds?
I've
Instead
still,
of like,
I've still got a few of
And
them.
do you know what? Because I don't know what you call them, dexagonal or whatever it is, those pounds came out after I'd left the country. So I only know round pounds. Yeah, but I know what you mean because I remember them changing because it was
Talking
big,
about
it was big
trolleys.
news.
Actually, if everyone ever needs to get in a trolley and you don't have a coin or a token,
mhm.
A hammer.
yeah, or two 20 pences together. However, I did used to work in Aldi, and if you do that, you are the bane of the earth. Like I can't stand.
Can
it,
you
just
not get it back out?
Impossible. They just left.
Ah.
House keys. So the
Aye,
back end of
the
a house
end
key.
of a house key, yeah.
Don't forget your house key. That happened twice in Aldi, and then you get people coming in and going, "Can I get in my house?" And they still got the shopping and the chicken and that defrosting in the back of the car. Or a corned beef key. You can put a corned beef key, like the width end of it. So you put the skinny end through your keys, and then the width end. I mean, or you could just get a token, but you know, and then you put the width end just in and then out. So you don't have to leave it in. So you put it in
Ah.
and then out, and it comes straight out, and you unlock it. That's what we used to use when we did trolley runs and that. So there you go.
Wow.
That's a good life hack.
Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah.
There you go, man.
yeah. You should be on,
Experience of-
Lad Bible.
Experience.
One of them
Ooh, I'm not that
videos that
bad.
you watch. No. So for me, when it comes to takeaways, KFC. Like, yeah, that's my if I'm in a place and I've got the choice between them all, I'm always going KFC. Mainly because when I'm at home, just like no hash browns, there's no gravy in KFC in the Netherlands. So
It's not as mashed potato.
nope,
How do you
so
get mashed potato as a side?
mashed potato?
you can't even
KFC
get
is pretty
beans.
good.
It's
What?
coleslaw sweet corn. That's it.
And the sweet corn's like
No, it's like-
proper wet and
Nah,
that's
that's nope.
awful.
It's awful. Because it's in that bag.
yeah,
in
but
the
that's
bag,
that's
it's like
our reason.
Soggy.
Yeah, and then you just take it out and then you
Ah,
scrun it.
crunchy sweet corn, man.
Throw it-
Ah,
throw it away.
yeah, I'm
But
with
the
you.
only problem with
Crunchy sweet corn.
KFC and I don't know if it's in Amsterdam as well, but over here, if it's soggy, it's not enjoyable. Like,
Oh no, you gotta have crispy.
want crispy
yeah,
skin.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
Right, yeah.
skin. Like, I love chicken skin. Like,
Very
Harry
Hannibal
Hannibal.
Lecter.
like if you do like a dinner or anything like that, I'm ripping the skin off with my teeth like it's lush. But at KFC, I find if you got oily skin, greasy skin, it ruins me whole Kentucky Fried
Saying
Chicken
that,
experience.
The gravy at KFC can be very hit and miss. You can either
Yeah.
get thick, lush gravy, or it can just be like
Water.
and just brown water, and no one wants to dip chips in brown water
No.
and chicken. The other thing when it comes to takeaways, it's weird because in today's age of like Uber Eats and everything, pretty much everything's fast food now.
Yeah.
But I'm sticking to the point of it can come in a bag and in and out in less than 20 minutes. I do prefer a Five Guys over any of the other
It's
burgers.
expensive that though.
It's not that much more expensive though when you really add it all up.
Saying that, you get like
All your
s-
toppings.
no, the small
the
small
small
chips
chips.
is like the
Yeah.
Just
paper
fill the
bag.
bag.
Well,
yeah.
whenever me and Ellie go, we'll always get like a burger each, and then you get just a small chips, and then
'Cause the
you'll have
fill
to-
up-
Enough for the entire
kind of-
restaurant.
But that, I think, how much is it for a cheeseburger at Five Guys? Like £9.35 or something like that, something in that bracket. I think, for like, because
I don't know the exact number.
they have a
but-
small, don't they? Which is just a
Oh,
single patty.
you always go double.
Yeah, but no, but it's just called a cheeseburger,
yeah.
and you get double, don't you? But I've always wanted to try
Hot dog.
the hot dog, but for the price, I'm like, it puts off a bit. I'd rather get like a fat burger. But apparently
Yeah.
the hot dogs are good because they're like char the
Hmm.
inside of them. They're like sliced
They
them
got
and
the
char
proper
them.
snap.
See,
Uh,
I'm against that because you're going to burger
Burger
place
place,
that's
yeah.
renowned for the burgers. If you order something that isn't a burger from a burger, I'm saying burger like 50 times here, but if you're ordering like
if they
it's like
started
going
with
to McDonald's and having a salad, like you don't do that, do you?
Or Nando's and getting a portobello mushroom.
I mean, if you're a vegan and you're out with people, then maybe.
But you can't order a medium
No,
portobello mushroom.
no.
Yeah.
The other thing I like about Five Guys is the drinks machines, and I know
Yeah,
a lot of other establishments now have those, but I like that it's unlimited refills. You can just go back as many times as you want because that's a big thing in the US. You go to like a McDonald's and they just give you a cup,
yeah, but
and then you've got to go and do it yourself.
the only thing I'd say with that is obviously the price has increased. I feel like if it's fast food and you want to be in and out, you're only really going through one drink
Yeah, I agree.
realistically. So then you're paying a higher price to just have the one drink.
And
So
you
what I
fill it up
use,
and take it away.
Yeah.
yeah, that's sometimes what I'll do. So I'll like neck it and then get one with me food, and then if it's a flavor, if I get bored of me flavor, I'll just lob it, and then I'll go back and then
Yeah.
fill it up and then walk back with it.
I
'Cause they do
find
grape Sprite and it's outstanding.
Grape isn't a great artificial flavor. Like,
It's good in Sprite.
is
it's
that
good
is
in
that
pepper.
your? So that's a question I'll ask then. Your chosen flavor
Right?
for
I'm glad you brought this up because I have
you
a problem
did a one.
with fast food drinks. I hate soda, as we'll call it,
okay.
pop from the guns. So
Yeah.
Coke does not taste like Coke, no matter how much you want to glorify it. It's not like getting an ice cold can of Coke out of the fridge, cracking it open and taking a sip. It's just wrong. I never get Coke. I'll usually get Sprite.
Yeah.
But do you remember? And I think it was McDonald's did this years ago. It might be before your time, Harry. And I know I don't want to be rude here, but you used to order Fanta in McDonald's, and they would ask if you wanted still or fizzy.
Still Fanta.
You could get still. So you know how Fanta's not orange juice. It's like orange juice is like weird brother that they keep under the cupboard and don't talk about.
Yeah.
So to get that fizzy, obviously that's how you expect it. But to get it flat is just a different experience.
Did they just shake
Oh,
the bag? What
No,
did
I
they do?
don't
No,
know.
no, they just don't put the gas in it.
The gas in it.
It was unbelievable.
was-
Well,
yeah.
no,
That
'cause-
on a hangover was the
Because you can't
best
buy
thing.
a can of still Fanta, can
No.
you?
well, no, because
That's another thing you got rid of, Ronald.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
Yeah, Ronald.
Well, I'd
Rob
probably say though, like, because I remember forgot where I might have been, but I used to like lightly tap the triggers when you were getting your own drinks.
Hmm.
If you lightly tap it, it's just syrup that comes out.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Right.
It's not
Okay.
just
Not
the
as-
syrup,
yeah.
because obviously syrup is concentrated, right?
Yeah.
No, this is actual just flat.
And then they
Santa.
just put tap water
Flat
in.
Santa.
Fat Santa.
Yeah,
I mean,
flat
he is,
Santa.
to be fair. So,
Christmas specials coming soon. No, yeah, flat Fanta.
would you add more syrup if you could? Because I used to.
No, not back then, because it was pumped with so much sugar that
Yeah.
you
I
would
mean,
glow orange.
coming from the
Remember
di-
Sunny Delight when you
coming
used to
from the
turn kids
diabetic.
orange?
Yeah.
It'd be the same as that.
I remember a vivid story actually of me having a wee at a football presentation. I'd been drinking a lot of Fanta Fruit Twist, and my wee was slightly pink.
Pink. Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, when you said Fanta, I was like, oh, but then I heard fruit
Yeah,
twist. Yeah,
slightly pink, like only slightly.
that used to taste
That
like
might have been
sherbet to me,
blood.
that. Was it in the red bottle?
I don't not like, but you know, I mean, I've survived this long. I was like 8 years old, so
That's all right.
you never know.
So, Pika in the comments thinks that you can maybe still get Fanta.
No
Um,
way.
If you can,
Tell us where.
Look at that. He was like, "Oh no way."
Yeah, so maybe you can. But yeah, I'm dead against gun. Why don't they just give you a bottle? Like why? Because now sometimes because in the Netherlands, like if I get KFC delivered,
I disagree.
they give you a bottle of pop.
Nah,
So you get a bottle of Coke Zero, whatever it is you've ordered, and it's decent. But then you get McDonald's, and also to get it delivered, it's the same cup and it's in the plastic cubby thing, and then it's in a paper
it's
bag.
different. It's
Ah,
And
better.
by the time it gets to your house, the bag is
Yeah.
see through. So like, just get plastic. I mean, obviously
For
save plastic
delivery,
and all that.
for delivery, but not when you're in. Because
Yeah, I like that idea though.
gun's better. Gun tastes so much better. If you have a McDonald's
You haven't
pop,
listened to a word I've said, have you?
no.
I've just ranted how the gun stuff doesn't taste good. I disagree
No,
with you completely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, but like the gun tastes better, like so much better. If you have a hangover, any McDonald's pop apart from Oasis, you're an absolute rot if you get Oasis at
They
McDonald's.
sell Oasis at McDonald's.
Yeah. So that's what replaced Still Fanta. Was
Oh,
was
the
like the
Oasis
black
is still,
currant
isn't it?
Oasis.
Must have been a while that it replaced.
Ages ago.
But yes, no, gun is just fantastic.
I agree. Particularly on a hangover, McDonald's pops.
Just different. Really. I tell you
Unbelievable.
what my girlfriend makes me do though, talking about still pops and that. So she always says it's spicy. If I give her like a drink, so if I open a new bottle of pop, she'll be like, "Oh no, it's too fizzy for me tongue." Like she
Okay,
said like
yeah, yeah.
she doesn't like it,
See,
which
that's what I like.
I do kind of understand, especially if it's cold. If it's freezing cold and it's fizzy, you get a bit of a woo
I
on your
like the
tongue.
taste was to be like struggling for their life to have a tongue like.
But I remember she was like, I opened a new bottle of lemonade. She's like, "Would you mind like getting rid of some of the fizz?" I was like, "What do you mean?" So like, I don't know if you've ever made a shandy before, but I pretty much had to do what you do with a lemonade and a shandy. I got like a fork at the time because it was in the house, and I was just whisking it for ages. So I was just like, you might as well just go to the shop and buy still lemonade rather than buy lemonade. But no, even still to this day, if I open a new bottle of pop, I stand there for about 30 seconds
Whiskey with a fork.
whisking this
Whisking a
pop with a fork.
It's like he's making a scrambled egg.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm so good at whisking though.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you are.
The technique's down to a T, man. Absolutely, just hovers on this finger here and just honestly, it's one of the most satisfying things to do. Especially if you wake up in the morning, if you're in a bad mood on the morning, make scrambled egg and just watch you whisk. Unreal. The way it it's fantastic. You see it thicken in front of
Wow.
your eyes. Sensational.
Okay. Well, I wanted to end this one with some honourable mentions and maybe some fast foods that people maybe haven't heard of or had
Or
because it's from, like,
been
around the world.
discontinued.
Well, that was my first one. Was Wimpy. I love a Wimpy.
That
Is it
I'm
still-
sure
is
it
it-
used to
'cause
be
the
in
one
like
on
a,
Newgate Street was the goat.
I'm out for this. I don't
Yeah,
know what
yeah. I
one
think
is.
this is.
they
like,
used
were
to have
even born
a
on yeah.
sure they used to have them in like the Mega Bowl.
Yeah, so now I think they're only in service stations, and I think it's like maybe it's one in the country.
Yeah.
Or something. Well, sorry, they're not service stations. They're just randomly on the side of a road, like next to a garage. I think there's one near Middlesbrough, which is like it's just a Wimpy next to a garage. It's not a service station, and that's it. But the Cumberland sausage that used to do, and the Link sausage, which was cut so it was round. Yeah, Wimpy was class. Eggs on your burger, why not?
Ooh.
Yeah,
agree.
See, I've
egg
never,
on a
I
burger.
know what Wimpy is, but I never had one.
Well, I mean, egg on a burger is just a McMuffin.
Egg on a burger absolutely works. I don't know if anyone
it does.
walks from the RVI to the game, but there's a burger van next to Trent House. And he always shouts like hot dog, hamburger, cheeseburger, bacon burger, and just goes through all this thing. And I would gone up after the game, and he's like, I've ran out of onions, I've run out of this. He's like, well, I can add an egg to it. And I was like, I was like, go on then, mate, add me egg to me burger.
Fried egg or like a
Folded egg.
no, I don't know how to
Like
describe it.
omelette.
Like what you get in a McMuffin.
Oh,
like
no.
Oh,
a
wait.
solidified disc
Yeah,
of egg.
like
A
a
steamed
plastic
egg,
egg.
maybe.
I think it's
Oh, it
poached a
is.
little bit
Yeah,
more.
because they
Sure,
steam it in the
steamed.
bag and then it's cut out the bag, I think. Anyway, that's what Subway do. Horrible. But yeah, and then I got that and it was a pleasant experience.
Well, Subway wasn't an honourable mention. I'm not a big
No,
fan of
Subway's not
Is,
great.
do you class Subway as fast food?
Yeah, it's fast food. It is
Yeah, I
fast
suppose you
food.
go and you order and you get it.
Yeah,
within
Subway
20 minutes,
would be a fast food, but it's definitely not there.
But
Like,
one I wanted to touch on was something that I've had in the US, and it was.
have you been to the US?
Well, this was years ago. This was
It's
like
been everywhere. It's been
Yeah,
like
I mean, I did-
Zambia and
I do used to travel with work. But yeah,
Mordor.
so we're in LA in around 2001, and around when was it? It would have been August before we went to New York, and you've got to drive around LA everywhere, right? So I had the radio on all the time, and all the time this advert used to come on for this $5 burger from a place called Carl's Jr. And apparently Carl's Jr. you can only get on the
Oh, is
West
that with the
Coast of
star?
America. Yeah, with a star.
Yeah.
So we went on the second last day, and the whole skip of the thing was, this is a burger that you'd probably pay like $10, $20, $30 for, but it's $5.
Okay.
And do you know when you get a pancake and it's like pretty decently sized,
An English one or an American one?
an American one,
Right,
this
yeah.
burger was the
Like that
circumference
thick?
of a pancake,
Wow.
and it was about this thick, and it was like full, like big slabs of tomato, which I don't agree with tomato in a burger. It's a wet sliding factor, which makes the whole thing fall apart for me.
A wet sliding factor is the best way to put that. Actually, yeah,
It
it's
makes
a,
the
it's
whole
a
thing
nice
slide.
taste, but it ruins you.
When you got to pick it up, it's
yeah,
what always
ruins your
makes it go out the back.
structural integrity
It
of your
does.
burger.
I was thinking of that exact phrase, but I couldn't.
Structural
It was-
integrity.
It ruins the integrity of the
does.
burger.
But yeah, Carl's Jr. in the US is a good one. I don't know if they still do the $5 burger. Probably do, probably don't. But then the last one in a circling back to McDonald's is the McRib.
Never
The
had it.
McRib is
Is
outstanding.
it anything like the Rustler's burger? Do you know how you can get the
It's
It looks like
the
it.
same,
It looks
yeah.
like a Rustler's burger, for being honest, because it's got that weird
Rib.
like
fake,
it looks
fake
like a
rib.
foot
like the
with-
fake? Yeah.
But yeah, the sauce on a McRib is just, because they've released an Oriental one, I remember, and it was not the same.
Are they
'cause
bringing?
it's the
Apparently, they're
sauce
bringing
of
one
the
out, or
McRib.
might be bringing it back to America.
It's always rumored to be coming back to McRib, and it never
Yeah,
does.
Never does.
And then they'll go McRib time, and then it'll come out.
You would think they make like an executive decision, wouldn't you? And just like
It should be a permanent feature on that menu.
it's like when we were talking about crisps.
Yeah,
like,
Ronald.
Why don't
Ronald again.
always him? Why don't just companies just listen, man?
Wait, not that it was a big thing, but can you remember McMinis? So it was like a little box about so big, and it had like a little chocolate donut, a brownie, and then like a chocolate
All right,
cornflake
I was
cake.
thinking burgers.
No,
So
oh,
like,
yeah.
like a Five Guys, not a Five Guys, a White Castle.
Ooh,
You've been to White Castle.
no, I've never been out
Yeah.
to America, but
Good.
hopefully next year.
You get a suitcase full of burgers
Yeah.
for $30.
They're
And
like
it's
the
literally
little,
like
the little
lying.
slide. No,
no, and they're like tiny little.
never seen
burgers.
Harold
Or
and
like
Kumar?
sliders?
Yeah,
No,
Harold and Kumar get the munchies. They're going to White
The-
Castle.
no.
You get like 30 burgers for
But
30
the-
quid.
'cause
And
they're
they're
like-
tiny,
They're like sliders like that.
Oh, okay.
and you just have at them like
I mean,
they're
that
class.
doesn't-
There's nothing special about the burgers. The onions are quite nice in them because they're a bit raw.
it's more just novelty.
But it's just I've got tiny. You feel like a giant because I've got tiny burgers. I've got two in one hand. I'm just eating them. It's class.
So that's what I do with normal,
And then you've got a
normal
case full of them.
cheeseburgers from
Yeah, I was gonna
McDonald's.
say, speaking of you at the beginning.
Jam it in my cheeks.
Yeah. Does anyone else have an honourable mention for food before we move on to the final topic?
There was one thing, and I remember it was like from my 11th birthday. I went to McDonald's, and it was basically called the chicken and ketchup burger. Basically, all it was like a giant chicken nugget, which I think is now possibly the chicken McSandwich. But it was like in the cheeseburger bun, so not a sesame seeded one, with tomato sauce. That was right up my street.
Oh. Was that on the 99 menu?
I think so, and I think it was part of the Happy Meal
Has
range as
anyone
well.
had a fillet o fish before?
Never.
My mum loves them.
Never.
I wouldn't mind to give it a go, but I also worry for me
Like
inside
a
after eating
giant fish finger with tartar sauce.
I like tartar sauce.
tartar.
Like
tartar sauce.
I
is
don't mind
pretty
tartar
banging.
sauce.
I
Like,
put them in chips.
A fish
Nice
finger
Yeah.
sandwich is
Yeah.
good. If you made a fish finger sandwich, would you crush it or not?
you know what it is, right? So I don't really like fish fingers, but
It was a yes or no, I think.
I know I'm going off on one. You know, it's
Yeah, I
Screnny
shouldn't have
Chatter.
asked you, to be fair.
Don't like
should
fish
not.
fingers at all. Was at someone's wedding, and they brung around like fish finger sandwiches just for like a snack.
Yeah.
And I loved them, but one of my mates just kept like taking them out of the sandwich and just feeding them. It was a very weird
Feeling
experience.
you then
Yeah,
Like
like
in a prom.
no.
in a relationship?
That
Seemingly it
was by
was.
the end.
Yeah. No, they were really good. Would I squash
You know who
them?
does a good fish finger sandwich? They might not still do it, but they did because I used to work on Lees's Park Road next to the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
The Strawberry. The Berry
Oh.
does a class fish finger sandwich because they're like proper big.
Trent House Toasties. I think that that area.
Fish finger toasty.
No, but like that bracket, like in the fish finger, like home comfort kind of foods.
Kebab
Newcastle do
toasty.
pretty
Have you
well.
ever had one of them? I've seen them.
I did have a kebab pasty
From
from
Milligan's.
and
Unreal.
that's good. Chili sauce isn't
Yeah.
hot enough in it though.
So here's a question to end on. Do you class the stuff like Milligan's and Greg's as fast food?
I'd say
Because now you've got
technically,
sit in Greg's, right?
I'd
'Cause,
say
you know, you
technically
used to-
speaking, now how it is now, yes. How it probably used to be when it first started, it was more of a cafe. So I'd say no.
Cafe.
See,
It was more just a in and out. Like it wasn't even like.
Well, Greg's
they never used to do coffee or
Greg's
anything
put
back when
out
I
like
was at
the
school. Like it was just bread and pastries.
Greg's had
pasties.
the bougie like Greg's at the bakery and
Bougie.
Greg's like
Moments. Was it Moments or
Greg's
Moments?
Moments,
then it was-
next to
yeah.
wasn't it?
and then it was Greg's the what did I say, the bakery, and then they have like
give you a nice
fancier
full
ones.
things.
then the
Full
in
back of it.
Howden.
it's fast food. I
does
think
it,
realistically it's probably fast food.
There's a Greg's outlet shop
Yeah,
where you get like the bag of the broken caramel.
I'll tell you what I did do, which was a mistake though. I went to Leeds Festival and someone had brought like a big bag of Greg's outlet stuff and we'd forgotten about it. We'd all been putting the tent up and that. And by the time we opened it, it was just like donuts, everything from Greg's that you could think of just in a ball. Like it was.
Oh,
But then when we
Deep
came
fried,
back,
yeah.
when we came back on the night,
You're a Leeds
we had a
Festival
bit of a spoon in it. Like so, you had like jam donut, and then you had a bit of
sausage roll.
sausage roll, and then a bit of sausage, bean, cheese, corned beef, cheese savoury. It was rotten. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I can imagine. Right, we'll end it there on that rotten topic. But we'll move on to the final one, which should be a quick one for everybody. And it is unusual encounters with footballers in your past.
Or celebrities.
Or celebrities, if you want to go off the football tracks. I know, Harry, you think you may be struggling a little bit. On
No,
this
I've
one.
got one immediately.
Um,
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
then-
I've got a
well,
few.
Just by looking in your face, I'll let you go first.
The one that came in mind straight away. Actually, I'll say two because they're related. The first one, I was on a TV program in Manchester called Britain's Brightest Family. I do only have one GCSE, so don't know why I was on that.
Never turn the lights off.
But I came out of the toilets and the voice auditions were on at the time. And coming in the back door was Will.i.am and Rita Ora. And Will.i.am like looked at me funny. And then I was like, oh hello. And it was just dead weird, like out of body thing. And then she just went, yes, I bet. And I was like, oh well, thank you very much, War Rita. And she helped us out. And then another
Not out of the zipper.
So,
just
hang on a minute,
helped
so-
you out.
no, not out of the zip. She helped me put it up though. No.
So
it's not.
Will.i.am saw you and the first thing he did was look at your crotch.
Well, he kind of just went like that and just gave us a weird look, and I couldn't work out why he gave me a weird look. And I don't know if it was to do with that, but then
Maybe
she
it's the
said
will part of
your
his name.
zipper's undone. I was like, oh, brilliant. And then similar crotch related incident, meeting
hello.
someone else.
You're going to get restraining orders.
Is I was having a away in Eldon Square,
Uh-huh.
and
in the toilet.
and then the,
just
in the-
Just, no, just
yeah, just in the middle,
next to
yeah.
All Saints.
And then a figure appeared beside us, and do you know when? I don't know how to explain it, but do you know when you can almost like smell and sense that someone is just different, have a presence about them. I don't know how to explain it. Like it was just a pristine coat, pristine shoes. Like I didn't have a look down below, but I had a look at his shoes and his coat. And I was like, nah, this guy.
You were looking down, so
Yeah, well, maybe, possibly. I will not go into that.
Hold
but
on, did this person not administer urinal etiquette?
Or
No,
was it
no.
was it a 1 by 1 or was it like 6?
No, it was they're just like the single ones that were on their own. So it wasn't like a trough, like a pig trough. It was just like the
No, but there
single
was
ones.
only 2 of them, or was there like a few of them?
No, there was about 6.
Was
And he
there
came
any
and stood next
spare?
to you?
Well, I think he was either next to me or this. It was a long time ago, but I have a feeling he might have been next to me because it was pretty busy. And then
That's fair enough.
I was like, I know that person. I'm sure I know that person.
From his smell.
Well, no, just I just felt like I'd
And
seen them before in the shoes and the coat, and then I was washing my hands. Like just got to washing my hands in the sink and looked in the mirror, and it was Hosselu.
No.
And,
No, no way.
and he just looked at us, and I just looked at him, and he just went. I went, hiya there. He just put my hand out to shake his hand. My hand's sudsy as out. He hasn't washed his yet, and he just shook my hand. I was like, fair play to you. Just give us
Did he have 1 or did he have 2?
Oh, he might score 1. He might score 2. He's up there. Isn't he?
He is.
There he is.
Masters,
Well, not
yeah.
Hosselu, but I the mask. But no, and then he shook my hand, and then I just had a bit of a fanboy moment that I just had a wee next to Hosselu, the greatest striker in Real Madrid's history.
Yeah.
I have a
Very
very, very almost identical story.
Okay.
Not
But
about
it's with Johan
Hosselu.
Kabay.
No, it's not. It was. I think it was my 21st birthday. I was in Purdue. No,
Yeah, Purdue. Well,
What's-
I mean, that was a bar.
That is one.
is that?
I
Did
don't
it get
go
shut
that much.
down?
Purdue. I don't know if it's still
It
open.
wouldn't have been when you were 21.
It's Purdue.
I'm not saying you're old, but like,
I
No,
don't go out
Pur-
often.
Purdue was on the corner.
aye.
Yeah,
Is that
Yeah, that like we had back alley to get in as well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Purdue?
next to Blackie Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Floridas, is that a thing?
Which isn't a racial slur.
No,
the
that's
name of
what
it.
it's called. Aye, so it was me. I'm sure it was me like 20 or 21st birthday. It was in my early 20s, and I was having a wee, and you know what it is actually. Now that you say it, when you smell someone and you just know that it's like
There's a presence.
the exact same thing, and it was Rob Lee.
Huh?
So I was
Had you used to not just been asparagus.
no, like no, it was like
Yeah.
he smelled like a rich famous person. Like he
I
had like a
absolutely
cologne
agree.
about him. Whereas like
Probably to spend like 5 times the amount of money you would
And just
do
pour a
on
bottle
aftershave.
every
Yeah.
day. They pour a bottle,
probably.
put it in the moisturizer, put it in the hair stuff.
But yes,
Carvents.
I was having a wee, and then so I was just like, "Oh, it's my birthday," and he went, "Oh, happy birthday," and reached mid wee. I was like, shook his hand.
Okay.
I
I
don't
thought you
know.
reached for a hug, so you were like,
Oh
talking about
no,
you
no,
doing it
no!
together.
Just but he obviously had his hand on his tackle,
yeah, as
and
the
then
gods.
shook my hand. So, and then
What
I
did with it with the other hand?
no, like he had. I don't know how well endowed he is, but he was using 2. I don't know whether it was to undo his,
Okay.
but his hand was down there, and then his hand reached over
Okay.
to.
So he'd
But
let,
this is
he'd let go, is what I'm saying.
yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I'll sometimes use 2 if me boxes are pressed up and the flow isn't as easy to come out, then you have to like use your left hand
Yeah.
to relieve the pressure for it then to come out like a garden.
Maybe you want to buy a little bit bigger boxers if that's the case. You don't want.
Circulation
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah, you might have trouble having kids later.
Anyways, I washed my hands. I don't know if then he did. That
Why
was
would he ever wash his hand again after meeting you?
wait. This is it. He's not on a podcast with 13, 14 viewers now.
Get in.
So that was one of them. There was a one where I was on a night out and I was at the bottom of the big market. I think I was just waiting for a taxi, eating a pizza, and Shola Amiobi walked down. And for some reason, mainly because I was drunk, I started singing his "Oh Shola Amiobi" song, and he started laughing. And then I asked for a high five, and he wouldn't. I was like, "Oh, go on, Shola," and he gave us a high five.
Could you reach?
Yeah, wait,
You told Boris Shola,
I initiated it, so it was
Ah,
only
so
like
Were you looking
yeah,
after
it
your
was
pizza
like
well
a-
though?
aye.
You're
I was
like
cradling
chef.
that.
I was gonna say I would not let go. It wouldn't go one-handed with a pizza box. Like
No, that,
Good.
and then trying to think what else. DJ Sash, you know him that does
Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Mm.
He's not from Ecuador. He's from Germany. He supports Borussia Mönchengladbach, which is incidentally twinned with North Tyneside.
Wow.
Statman deck. So my mates had an event company. I think he was in Whitley Bay the first year. And I gave him a lift to the airport the next day because they were too under the influence of things. So I've got to sign
Of things.
of things,
They weren't drunk.
mainly alcohol. Mainly. But yeah, I dropped him off at the airport in me like 5-door Renault Clio with no wheel trims because he's like a proper star. What was really weird though, so I was dropping him off at the airport because he had a gig in Aberdeen that night. So it was Friday night. I picked him up that Saturday morning. Took him to the airport. He was wearing the exact same clothes that he had travelled from wherever to Newcastle, did the gig in, and then
Well, did you have to put any bags in your boot?
no, he just had like a little
Well, they are
like a
so
little
we don't
carry-on
have the
suitcase.
box.
No, but you can still like if you fold and roll, you can get easily 2-3 t-shirts and a pair of pants in there.
Mm.
Then the second year, because he did another year, the year after, it was at Newcastle Student Union, and I was on stage with him having. I was gonna have a beer, but then I realised don't like beer, so I had a cocktail instead. But yeah, was in VIP with DJ Sash, and
I do not have a clue who he is.
you'll have
You
heard
remember
his song.
Ecuador?
No.
Ecuador. I'll play it in the car on the way home.
Oh, please don't.
It's a good song. It's a good song, isn't it?
I mean, it was when it came out. It hasn't aged very well. Like
Oh, I
Ecuador.
think no, wait, no, wait. Has it aged well? He's doing. Oh, like there's a. I don't know who it is.
He's
Mike.
made a killing on that one song as well. But I mean, I know you had a couple of others.
Yeah.
but that's the one.
Encore and Four was another
Encore
one.
and Four, yeah.
He's re-released or some woman pop star has like sampled Ecuador and sings to that song now.
Well, they put words to the.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Where was I going with it? Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Papua New Guinea.
I've lost my train of thought now.
Oh, then Scott.
Well, I've got, because I know I've said this before on the channel, but I did used to work for Apple in the Apple store, and so footballers used to come in-
Genius or not?
yeah,
Go on,
they
Scott.
used to come in all the time. So Tim Krul used to break his phone every 2 or 3 weeks.
Leaving it in his pocket when he's diving and
Well,
training.
no, he used to always
Trying
drop
to
it.
catch
He used to
it.
always come in saying, "I've
Come
dropped
for
my
the
phone."
cross.
And we used to have this ongoing thing where he would come in and people were like, "Oh, here he comes. He comes safe."
Really?
Yeah, like it was that often. Peter Lovenkrands.
Quite
as well,
ironic,
was
innit?
mint. I remember we were playing away, and it was when Lovenkrands was injured, and I was like, "Oh, you'll be watching the match tonight." Oh, he's like, "We don't get the matches. Like, we're just like you. Like, I don't get to watch." Like, I was like, "I've got a dodgy stream. If you want to come and watch it later," he didn't come. Like,
Oh,
I knew that wasn't
that
gonna
would have
happen.
been a good story.
My mum once jammed Lee Clark's foot in the revolving doors.
From what we've
in
been talking
Asda.
about, I'm happy you said foot.
Yeah, in the revolving door at Asda. He was leaving with his shopping and he left limping, but then he scored the next game.
How did
so-
she jam it in the door? of a
Also,
revolving door?
revolving-
I don't know how she did it, but you know when you push it too far. and
Also, it wasn't
stops.
automatic.
It was automatic.
But like, yeah, so if you walk, it's usually the airport that have
Yeah,
them.
if you go too close, it
It
stops.
stops.
Started into him. Yeah.
I never known Asda had a
the
revolving
one
door.
They did back in, well, what was it, 95,
90s.
96? Yeah. Who else? I met what's he called? Jonas Gutierrez in Floridas, and got me photo with him
Yeah, they used to go out all the time, didn't
all
they?
the time. Yeah, and then you used to always see Craig Bellamy in Julie's too, with these little
Where's Julie's too?
Quayside.
Ah.
He used to come in with, it was him, and I think it was with one of the Amiobis. I don't remember which one, and Titus Bramble.
Had to have been sure because Sammy's
Sammy
my
would have been
age.
in the
Yeah.
room still.
Yeah, and
His fingers went in my mouth one time. Not in a sexual way. I played football and I was right back, and I think he played for Walker Central. He was left wing, and he went to like just fend us off, and his fingers went in my mouth.
wow.
Sorry.
Do you remember the taste of this
Continue.
day? That's a no.
Nah.
I suppose the biggest one for me, and I think a lot of people know this, is obviously Maxi doing what we did for him last year.
Yes.
Did some graphics for him and stuff. So yeah.
Get well soon, by the way,
and
Maxi.
Well, I did meet him. I met him a couple of times, but
At the,
like, it wasn't
no, it wasn't poker. That's
the
not his game.
Helios.
Helios.
Well,
Is it Helios or
Helios?
Helios?
Helios.
I don't think it's his game anymore either.
Is it not?
I don't know. He's left, doesn't he? I don't know. Yeah. So quite a few. Like, I met Mark Henry, the world's strongest man.
No way.
Yeah, in the Apple store, he bought an iPod.
In Newcastle.
An iPod Shuffle. Yeah, it's when the
Shuffle.
the biggest bloke with the smallest iPod. It was class.
Be like the-
it was
imagine
when the
him with-
wrestlers came in the arena.
Imagine him
Okay.
with White Castle burgers.
Oh, could you imagine?
An iPod Shuffle.
An
An
iPod
iPod
Shuffle. You know the little clip
Not
one?
like you clip
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
yeah.
The little one.
It
you
didn't
just-
have a screen. It literally.
I don't
was
know
just-
if you've
Put
seen
your
him wear that
headphones
on his, like, what's it called? Like, what's it called?
Spandex?
Leotard.
Leotard.
I mean, he was in civvies. He wasn't in his leotard.
Just clipped onto his leotard.
Yeah, could you imagine? But yeah, he's coming all the time. What's she called? June Sarpong,
Nah.
I think she's called.
Was she on Blue Peter?
I don't know. I think she was on Strictly Come Dancing when they were doing the tour in the kit.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, quite a lot, because obviously traveling around. And then I once met Peaches Geldof in Amsterdam Schiphol Airport.
Is that like Bob Geldof?
It was his
Oh,
daughter.
do you pronounce it Skipple?
Well, it's
Schiphol.
Schiphol, but
Schiphol.
I
yeah,
thought it was Shipple.
Schiphol.
it's however you want to say it. Just take it to the airport.
Just,
it's
I was
however you
just
want.
reading the comments there, and Daryl goes, "I can't tell you all of mine because it would take too long.
Yeah. I mean,
All of his encounters."
On
I
guess
mean,
what? A
How
train.
did he get called Dasmo? Was the question.
Oh, yes.
We'll save that for another episode when he's on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dasmo, prepare that story because it is absolutely
Or
amazing.
Darren or Daryl, whichever one's listening,
Darren.
whatever
It's Darren.
alter ego you
Yeah.
have on.
If you haven't put FIFA on yet, because maybe you have. Anyways,
Don't think he would have because we're all here.
yeah.
Just quickly as well, Stephen Mitchelson said he's seen
Oh.
Sam Fender in Greg's. Hold on.
Hello, Stephen,
Outside
by the
Central
way.
Station.
I
Yeah.
know Stephen pretty
Do you?
well. Yeah, he's one of my best mates. He's
Oh.
who I went to Spurs with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hello, Stephen.
He's been replaced now, hasn't he? By me.
Nah, because I'm going to Hunter with him when I get back.
Oh, wow.
So apologies.
I can't join us until Sunday when I'm back in Amsterdam. So
Well, there you go.
please.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm back Saturday, but
You'll
Can't
be
just jump
tired.
straight on the PlayStation.
I mean, you could, but
You should.
not good
Out
at
of
it,
all
Kirsty.
people, you're the type of person that would have the portable ones that the players take on the buses. Do you rather have like it with the
Don't
monitor and
travel
then
anymore though.
says the man that's literally just said he's here,
Zambia,
and then he's
the
just been, and then
moon.
he's just been in
Yeah,
New York.
But when I was traveling with work, I had like a.
It was a
something
different
like that.
country each week,
Well, I had a
wasn't it?
Switch. It was in the
Remember
Switch was
Place-
perfect for that.
PSPs.
Oh, don't I love PSPs? They make us
Yeah.
a bit emotional. I don't want to
Oh,
talk about.
I
love
never had
PSPs.
that one.
The first one blew my mind because I imported them from Japan,
Loco Roco.
and the screen was just the best thing I've ever seen. Anyway, we're getting.
That is
Yeah.
essentially what a Switch is now.
Yeah.
Still the same graphics.
I mean,
Mm.
Game Boy, but it was way
love
before
me
you
Game
were
Boy.
born. the
Yeah,
original
I
one.
think Game Boy was in. My grandma had like a toy box. I think the Game Boy used to be at the bottom of that with a Nokia. Was it a 330,
3310.
3310? And yeah,
Snake.
that didn't work neither. But anyway,
Well, on that note, on the snake topic, we will wrap this one up. Thanks everybody for watching, and if you're listening to this afterwards on the audio, thanks as well. We do normally just have this on the audio. So if you like it on YouTube, we'll be doing another one in a few months or a few weeks. But we do this every couple of weeks on the audio, where we just talk a bit of pap,
Nonsense, really.
bit
Yeah.
of pap.
it's a nice background podcast. You don't need to pay attention.
Nah,
you
you
don't know
don't.
where we are. We don't even know where we are half the
we
time.
don't pay attention either.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
that. So just button on the background when you're doing whatever you need to do, and hopefully you get a few laughs out of it.
Yeah, but if you have enjoyed it, please scroll down from us and give us a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell and the subscribe button to be notified when new videos go live. And if you want to go one extra step, you can become a member. It's $2.99 or $4.99 a month. And yeah, if you listen to this on the audio, all we ask is for a 5-star rating, and that will do us just nicely. Boys,
Absolutely.
it's nice seeing you.
It is.
It's nice seeing you
Different.
yesterday for the match.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
I have enjoyed this. It's been very,
Yes,
very
it's a-
good.
It's a pity. Joe, if you're watching, mate,
He was
We'll
watching
get you
your
on the
comments
next
in
side.
before.
get in the next time.
And then turned off.
And then
Yeah.
he turned off.
Married
Obviously, Big Brother's on or something, I'm guessing, so he's probably watching that. I
Um,
don't know.
Married,
Joe, I
at,
don't know if you watch Big
married at
Brother.
First Sight.
Is that what it is?
That's
Yeah,
great, by the way. That's
Mm.
what I'm going home to watch.
right.
Perks of being in a relationship. Watch
But before
really
we get
shit
into the
telly.
TV stuff, because we could go on for another hour.
It'd be another
Probably.
icebreaker,
Probably.
wouldn't it? And
Yeah.
then we'd disappear again.
We'll be freezing the
Back in the
ice.
routine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But we will see you all in the next one. Thanks very much for watching. See you later.
See you later.